Von Supertramp, and I just got to say hello to my new team, and I am so excited. I'm bursting with how excited I am about this opportunity that I found thanks to Joe Clark, Larry Cheatham, Ray Abernathy, and most of all my mother-in-law, Marie Kerr, because they are the team that I have been dreaming of for the solution to every single problem I've been talking about. All the work and everything I've done for the last 4 years to develop a university structure that gives people good quality information that they're able to utilize to develop a business that's going to help them achieve economic freedom and taste real freedom. It's the audience I've been looking for. It's the opportunity I've been dreaming of, and it's the power of God at work to make it happen, because it's the solution that I dreamed up for myself. How I could be a teacher and a writer and a consultant and somebody that could help other people, and I was going to create a help foundation. I have all these big plans and all these dreams, but I didn't have the product line. I didn't have the market for it. I mean, I already had people convinced, but I couldn't hand them the team. I couldn't hand them all the other books, and I was still busy trying to write my own and learn everything on my own. Well, I got Chris Brady and Orrin Woodward working their butts off for years even before I started, doing the same thing. So how cool is this? I can now take my University of Freedom, everything that I've dreamed of, and make it a part of team. But more than that, I can take everything I've learned, everything I've taught myself, everything I've understood, reading the same kind of things these guys are reading, doing the same kind of things these guys are talking about doing, and I can share that with team. So the explosion of potential right now in my brain is going so fast and so far, because I now have a network that's growing to be 1 million people strong who are wanting, looking for, hungry for, interested in being around and being involved in positive solutions to our problems. Because if I can, you can, and we the people are the ones that fix this country. We're the ones that build this country. We're the ones that create this country to be what we show it to the world to be. Right now in my suitcase that's bouncing around my little pickup, I've got a book called Life. That's about turning your life into your living, how to build your business system, what I've been talking about, what I've been excited about, what I've been trying to convince people was coming for the last 4 years. Also in there is a book called Leadership Revolution. I am Conrad Von Supertramp. I'm here to start a revolution today. Guess what, people? It's happening. It's real, and these guys are going to help make it happen, and I'm going to help make it happen, and most importantly, you are going to make it happen. In a little bit, I'm going to be sharing with you the Supertramp logo. And a Supertramp is an ecological entity that can quickly and rapidly adapt to new and various surroundings. Alright, so think of an invasive species of plant, what we would consider invasive. It's just really good at adapting. Well, our world is full of change, and we got to learn to start adapting. So as soon as I get parked and I find a nice little spot to sit down and relax with you and share some peace and quiet, we're going to talk about how to turn your life into your living, how to turn living life into your living. My name is Justin Kurtz, aka Conrad Von Supertramp, and I am one excited, week-old member of team. Yeah, a cemetery might seem like kind of a weird place to go to share a book and an idea and a philosophy about life, but I honestly felt it was more appropriate to understand the opposite of life. So when you have this preciousness, this holy gift of breath, what are you going to do with it when every single second is precious? When every single moment that we have is an opportunity to do something great for others. So let's talk about, what do we do with our life? What do we learn to do with our dash? I always wanted to live a life that if somebody wrote a book about me, or I wrote a book about myself, other people might want to read it. I think I've done that. I'm just excited because I've got a team of alive, life-living people who want to do something better and have the freedom to do something better and have the opportunity to do something better because of what most, if not all, of the people in this and every other cemetery in this nation did to get us here. So walk with me and we'll go talk about life, and we'll share a little bit more about why we are excited about team, and why I'm excited about team, and why you should be excited about team. Hello again. So I'm sitting here surrounded by the opposition of life to talk about life, or Living Intentionally for Excellence by Chris Brady and Orrin Woodward, because they are part of launching a leadership revolution, which is what I wanted to do. I didn't know the leadership part. I didn't have that leadership part down, and I'm learning. Because I wanted to create a do-it-yourself university for edgy-punks, edupreneurs, and wanted to be a part of the transformation of a higher education. So I created a company based on potential. And let's say that this blank sheet of paper in front of you represents potential. And this little dot right here represents a turning point in your life. That turning point that Orrin talks about, that doesn't happen very often. When you finally reach that point when you say, I want to do something better with my life. I know there's got to be more out here, and I'm going to work on being a better person, doing that, achieving that, graduating school, whatever it is. Well, when you're moving along the timeline, getting up to a higher level of yourself is an uphill battle. It's a climb. It takes some work. You don't just rocket straight up there. And then what happens when you get to that place? Well, most people don't have a vision of where they're going to go after that. They've only ever seen themselves at that point, so they have no clue what to do once they get there. And they're going along in life, and everything's okay, but finally they get to another turning point or another place in their life where they just feel like things are not quite right again. And what happens most of the time is they start slipping in their business or in their life, and they start sliding downhill. You can see the same thing with profits. When you start a company, it takes a little while to get things up and going. Oh, you're running, you're operating, you're showing plans, you're doing good, and then all of a sudden, you're slipping, you're going back. Well, go back here and look at that guy again. And ask him, what did he want to do after that? Where did he want to go? What was the purpose of doing this? And why did I do that? Why do I want to let this go? And where do I want to take it from here? So you go back and you move on towards your next movement. And I like to compare that, though my drawing capacity isn't very good, to my black hat. Right? Because I wanted to brand an image into people's minds when they thought of my logo, and I was trying to create this on my own. I didn't have team. I didn't have my own logo, so I had to do all this for myself. So anyway, each of these points can also represent a part of who you are. You look around the cemetery and it'll say things like father and son, husband and wife. You know, those were aspects of who those people were. What we try to do, and what life is trying to do, and what team is trying to do, is help people. My pen's not cooperating. We want to help people focus all these different aspects of their life so that they can create a vision, or you can create a vision of who you are.
because you also wear a father hat, you're probably wearing a son hat, you're wearing a husband hat, you're wearing a worker's hat. You know, what you go to work, you have a job, you have a work hat. You're a person that's probably a little bit different at work than you are at home. So what Orrin and Chris have done is take the same kind of concept, except they've broke life into 8 different opportunities for living intentionally. So each of these points can then become one of the F's of life. Faith, freedom, finances, friendship, fun, following, fitness, and I'm struggling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So all these are also points then on our graphical project plan of how to stay focused on who we are. Well, I wanted to create what I called my University of Freedom to help teach people how to manage their hats. And I had this dream of I could start with the consulting and I could just help individuals one at a time, then get to speaking and just, build this network up and recommend books and recommend websites and recommend technologies to help them and just show them that they can, because I'm a can. I don't know about you, but I am a can. My father instilled that one great lesson in me, that a can't didn't do anything. He just sat there. So I'm a can. And I want you to be can. And you are cans. You're already doing it. You're already trying. If you're on the team and you have a dream, you're already trying. So let's learn how to focus that dream together, because we want to get a bigger picture. See, for me, I wanted to be a writer, I wanted to be a teacher, and I wanted to be somebody who helped others, and I wanted to be able to travel, and I wanted to have fun, and I wanted to have all these opportunities in my life. And I wanted to turn doing all that into my living. I wanted to make a living just being alive, because my ability to still be alive is a miracle, and I wanted to go out and find a way to make a living at it. And that's what I've been trying to do. And now, not only do I have the opportunity to do it and the resources that I dreamed of, you have them too, thanks to 2 guys who were just as visionary in their thinking, if not more so, because they had the leadership to get it done, to get it built to this point, to get it to where I can now step in and take some of the hard work off of myself and focus on how to build my team, how to make you the focus of my success, because if I make you successful with your dreams, then that's only going to be good for me. And that's all I ever wanted to do, was help other people. I wanted to employ the world so that they could live an enjoyable life and fill their dash with all kinds of excitement and all kinds of adventure. So I created the Adventures of Conrad von Supertramp. I hadn't read some of the books that Orrin and Chris had and didn't have the knowledge about, creating trust and building community. I wanted to build a community. I want to make all this money so I can buy 40 acres and build my own town and invite all my friends that share the American dream, the American spirit, and are positive, and they love pursuing what makes them happy, and they know that there is freedom in this country, but it's slipping, and they want to do something. And I wanted to help them be able to do something. And now, thanks to 2 smart guys and almost 1 million, on the way to 1 million other really smart guys and gals, lots of smart gals in there too, we have a revolutionary opportunity to fix our problems. Because if I can, you can. And if I can do what I've already done on my own with guidance and a team like you guys, a team like Joe Clark, a team like Marie Kerr, a team like Larry Cheatham, a team like Ray, I'm forgetting Ray Abernathy, sorry Ray, I got good team. That means I've got the tools that I need to be successful, because that's what I was always trying to build, was find somebody who could maybe edit a book here for me, and I'd pay them, and we'd work deals out, and we'd barter. Well, now we all have a common goal. We all have common product. We're all on the same team. And I'm here to help you guys succeed. I am excited because I want to fill my life dash with like 12 feet of stuff. I mean, I've living it. I'm doing it. I'm already doing it. I've done everything I can, but I want to be off disability. I want to be able to prove that people with disabilities can do this, that people who are told they can't anymore can find new opportunity just by being themselves, just by focusing on taking care of themselves and helping other people do it. I know the power of eating and drinking healthy and consuming healthy products, not just through product, but through mental product, through what I read, what I watch, what I think about, what I focus on. And I learned all this, and I struggled with all this for years when I could have been learning it super fast thanks to the team. But now I'm on the team. I'm excited. I got a purpose. I know what I did. I've known it for years. This is what God wanted me to do, to stand up and to build a team and to help a team achieve. And I learned a lot of cool tricks along the way, a lot of little cheap free advertising and little ways to build a social network and to capitalize on the free technology that maybe some of you aren't able to manage. Maybe that's one of your weaknesses that Paul Pilsner talks about in The New Millionaires. Well, I'm really good at that, and I'm looking forward to helping you learn to be really good at it too, because there's a lot of free information outside of the team that can help you be a better team member, be a better team leader. Not that they aren't providing everything they can, but we got to have bigger and better and faster leaders. We got to start increasing leadership more and more. So that means we need more black diamonds. That's where I want to be next. I want to be the guy that beats 30 months. I want to do it in 24. I think that would just absolutely rock. Just blow the world away. But I need a team to do it. I need an awesome team. So if you're not on my team, I want you on my team. If I've written you a story of success, that's what I want to do for you. I want to make those stories come true. I want to make the potential that I see in you able to fully come out. I am Conrad Von Supertramp. I am Supertramp Consulting, and I created the University of Freedom, and we are all now a part of TEAM, and TEAM is now a part of University of Freedom and Supertramp Consulting. And we're going to work together to build a network of 1 million positive, focused leaders who are intentionally living a life of excellence in order to fix all the problems that are so darn easy to fix. And a lot of the stuff is just sitting there ready for us to grab a hold of, but we got to learn how to see it. We got to learn how to change our vision to live a life rather than focusing on we may not live a life. Because see, you got just as much chance for this timeline to go on until you're 80 years old. And everywhere you go, you got to be managing your hats. So what's your 80-year-old hat look like? Well, so far, my poor hat is about 4 years old. And he's looking a little rough. I can't imagine what it's going to look like when I'm 80. But I have that potential now, and so do you. So what are you going to look like when you're 80? What dreams do you want to have? I want to build a motorcycle that's capable of flying into outer space, because I want to enter the private industry space race that's going to come next, that's already coming. They're shutting down NASA. The government can't afford it. It's going to private industry. Virgin Air is going after it. I want to be a piece of that game, because I want to fly into a black hole just to see what happens, because I think it'd be really rocking cool. But in the meantime, I want to build a lot of really awesome technologies that can help a lot of people. I want to help people in cancer find ways to rethink, to visually and auditorily not be going through cancer when they go to their chemo treatment, to get real mental health stimuli through the same kind of things that we're doing, being able to read, being able to listen to auditory, being able to listen to survivors. We can do so much with the same concept of life. How do we promote life? And every one of you has a story of life. You're alive, so you've got a story about your life. You can then turn that story into an instant bestseller with TEAM. That's exciting. I mean, that's super awesome exciting, especially for a guy who's already got some books half written, you know, and one of them kind of done. And it's available on my website, supertrampconsulting.com, for download for the Kindle, because that was a free application to be able to publish a book. There is potential out there, and this is an exciting, exciting time. I've only been signed up and knowledgeable and in the know for a week. And I've got this huge big picture plan, and you guys are all part of it. I want you on my team. If you're not on my team, let me get on your team. Let me work for you. Let me help you, because I know that I can do this. and I know this is what I'm here to do, and I'm here to do it for you. I want to make you successful. I am Justin Kurtz, aka Conrad Von Supertramp. Am I getting you excited yet? Are you getting amped up with me? What I want to talk a little bit about right now, a little more specifically, is how do we capitalize on this? How do we really take advantage of this great opportunity and allow others to do the same? We're going to have obstacles. There's always going to be people that you're having trouble relating to. And the great thing about life is it's life. You can relate it to so many different things. But costs and money are always a concern. We're at a very bad economic time. Finding extra income for anything, let alone self-improvement, seems like a really hard thing to come up with. But if they're considering school, if they've considered going back to school as a means of improving their financial situation, then they can use life. They need a team of educators. You guys have so much potential. I mean, we can be having meetings 7 days a week on 7 different topics that each of you has the potential to teach, as well as our open meetings, as well as our other meetings, because I'm still learning what all we have available and how many great opportunities for getting together we have. But education tuition is $20,000 a semester or more, depending on where you want to go. But it is a failing model. It's not working anymore, and people will realize that, and they're understanding that. So comparatively speaking, because that's what making things relatable is about, it's comparing it to something they can understand. So if we compare the costs as an investment, like an education, like going back to school for a fraction of the cost, to teach them how to become a teacher of success by learning how to be successful, hey, I kind of like that idea. But it opens up new marketing opportunities. Are you looking for an education? Are you looking to go back to school? Other different words and key phrases that you can utilize, especially in an online environment, in a virtual environment, to promote your team and to promote the people that are going to help you write the story of your success. So, as we take education and we wrap life up in education, and we talk about, we're educating you on the areas that you need. You set your own curriculum. You know, through the right processes and through actually taking time to get to know yourself, what you need to work on. If you're honest with yourself and you look yourself in the mirror and tell the truth, you know what you need to do. Somewhere in my Bible, and I'm struggling with the exact location, it talks about being able to look in the mirror and then close your eyes and still see who you are. And that if the man can't do that, then he's in trouble. And I'm paraphrasing quite heavily here. But that passage, or that sentiment, was really instrumental in my transformation to this life type of thinking, this team type thinking that we're trying to promote, this bigger picture thinking. Because I couldn't see myself when I closed my eyes. I didn't know who I was. I couldn't answer who I am. And so I created this pseudo-fictional person to come to grips with who I had become because of the turning points in my life, because of the challenges that I went through. So one of the biggest challenges that I had was I couldn't get another job. I was not able or capable, or didn't feel capable. I felt sick. I didn't feel healthy, so I didn't feel like that I was able to work the way I was working before. So I turned in my resignation for health reasons, took the disability that the company offered, went on Social Security disability, and I've hated every moment of it. Absolutely hated every moment of it. It's the worst thing I've ever had to do in my life, and I don't wish government support on anybody, because it destroys you as a person. destroys your dreams. It destroys your potential. So education was a real challenge for me. I couldn't afford to go back to school. I couldn't afford to get another $50,000 in debt to finish a degree that would get me a job paying $50,000 a year. You know, it just wasn't good math. I was already $100,000 in debt. I just had my third open heart surgery, and I had a kid on the way. No, I don't think I need to add to my problems by trying to take on a caseload at school and go get my master's degree. So I created a college instead. And that solved my educational issue, because then I could educate myself and be a teacher, because that's what I wanted to go back to school for. I was like, well, if I go back to school, I can go teach college. So I never had kids before. This was before I had kids, and I didn't really like kids. I didn't want anything to do with kids. So I never would have thought about teaching kids. When I'm here today, that's about all I'd be interested in teaching, in some ways. Not really, because I'm trying to teach you. I'll teach anybody, anywhere, anytime. So this was my educational solution. Consume good information. Consume information that is purposeful and intentional to me fulfilling my life plan. But I had to have that life plan. I had to have that dream. So I did a SWOT analysis. I did an analysis of my strengths, my weaknesses, my opportunities, and my threats. And I tried to find out what I could do with all my skills, all my talents, all these blessings that God gave me. And that's what I really started to see was, man, He has blessed me so much. So what do I do with Him? I can't waste Him. I know I can't waste Him. I know He has done so much and made so much possible for me to simply be alive. So much technology had to be created. So many people had to be involved. So many doctors, so many scenarios in the grand scheme of the universe that changed my life and made my life capable of being here had to happen. Somebody had to plan it out. And somebody had to change the plan every time one of the people involved changed their plan and didn't follow the plan that they were supposed to be on. They didn't keep focused on their life purpose. Sorry, I gotta sit down. I like coming to quiet places and sharing with you, because I can think better. And we can look at pretty things together and focus on life together. So I educated myself, and I thought, and I prayed, and I focused, and I began to live life again, and a life of purpose, and I had destiny in mind, and I wanted to leave a legacy to my son. And a lot of the knowledge came from my search for truth. I was going to have a son. I want to tell him the truth. What is the truth? I felt like I've been lied to a lot when I was a kid. You know, I felt like Easter and Christmas, Santa Claus, and just everything. If you work hard, you'll get ahead. If you show up and are diligent and dedicated at work, you'll get the promotion. You know, I believed all that stuff, and then it didn't happen, and I felt lied to. I felt cheated. I didn't think it was right when a company could deny a bonus before the performance ever came out. Because I learned that when you get into management, you get to the point, they set the bonus scale at the beginning of the year in the budget. So it doesn't matter what you perform. They've already got your high point in mind before you ever get it, and they make sure it's low enough to make sure they've got more for their bonus. Because that's the benefits, the perks of the position. Well, I think everybody should be full of the perks. I think we should all have that right. It's that kind of thinking that is bankrupting our country right now. So we don't have that problem with team. We don't have that problem in life, this team life, because we have the individual opportunity to achieve, utilizing free market capacities, free market tools, to be the best that we can be at sharing a positive life with others. And whether you got a big tombstone in the end or a little tombstone in the end, you still get a tombstone in the end, if your family can afford it. Do you want to not be able to afford a tombstone, or get one that's spelled wrong like a friend of mine? Those are the kind of things I want to fix when I'm a black diamond. You know, I want to go fix my friend's tombstone and get his friggin' name spelled right. Because there's no ethics. I don't care. We didn't make the mistake. You must have spelled his name wrong. On his sister. Why would I spell his name? I mean, the lady's sister, the guy's sister. So anyway, we are a business about ethics, a business of integrity, a business based on promoting the good in life, so that we are blessed in our afterlife. You know, that's what it's all about. How can we give and fix and heal the hurts that came along with all the things that have come thus far? And we can do it. We can do it with life. We can do it through a leadership revolution that is already underway to invigorate the youth of America and the world, and to invigorate the middle class, to excite them again about the freedom of opportunity, not just in America, but in the world, to do the right thing. And how doing that can earn them a living. So you can get paid for living your life that helps other people. Right on. Well, I hope, team, that you've enjoyed this. I hope I've brought you some beneficial information. And I would love any feedback or input from my team. And again, if you're not a part of my team, I'd love for you to be. If you have a dream about where you would like to be in your life before you reach this final resting place, I'd love to be on the team that helped you get there. I'd love to be the guy that got you on this team, so that when you're more successful than me and you're the next highest level of Black Diamond and you do it in 22 months, then I get to say I was blessed enough to have the opportunity to talk to that person about team. Oh, you can't see them with my little camera. I got a bunch of deer out here in Jefferson Park, Jefferson Barracks Park in St. Louis, Missouri. And I'm fired up! Fired up! My dreams are coming true for the first time. Well, not the first time, but again, I've been so blessed to have my biggest dream about ready to pop. And to do it right when I really planned a few years ago, it ought to be doing it. And about a week after I prayed, God, it's really getting to be time. You know, I need a team. I need some help here. I can't do this on my own. I got a network of 200,000 people on its way to 1 million people to help me out now. I got a heck of a team. Yeah, I got people like Larry Cheatham. I got my mother-in-law, who gave me my wonderful wife. I got Joe Clark. I got Ray Abernathy, I got Chris Brady, I got Orrin Woodward, and I got you, whoever you are listening to this. And I got to see a skunk! Oh, I've never seen a live skunk before. See, I got freedom right now. I've had financial freedom because I've been living on disability. Oh, there's 2 of them. Oh man, I don't have my camera. There's 2 of them down there. This is life. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the freedom. This is the things you get to come enjoy. The stuff you're missing out on when you aren't free and you're tied down. But sometimes you just need to come to places like this to get away. If you're trying to work and you're really trying to focus on what you need to do, and you got the wife vacuuming the floor and the kid hollering and the TV's going and the radio's on, and you're trying to think about the last tape you heard Orrin talk about and how you're going to apply leadership to your team, it gets a little bit difficult. It gets a little bit distracting. So find your place of peace. Find that place that you can go and you can sit down and mentally organize your hats. You can manage your hats. You can spend a little time in work hat. Hey, you know what? I need a place to work. Get on your work hat. You can make your office anywhere. But you can learn to manage your hats or manage those mental states of mind that create whether or not you got peace in your life and happiness in your life. If you got fun in your life. If you got your finances in order.
You got to put on your finance hat. You got to put on that little calculator-looking guy, you know, a little visor, and you know, he's down there, and maybe he's got glasses, and you know, he's the finance guy, you know. And when you're a dad, you know, you got your baseball cap on, and it's backwards because you're just having a good time, and you're playing catch. I'm throwing information at him, and I'm hoping he catches on to it. So, you know, when you're putting on your husband hat, you better be learning how to speak that suave love language your wife needs. If you're putting on your husband hat, it's the same thing as doing anything else. You got to find out and figure out and analyze what that hat needs to look like, and what that hat needs to do for you, and who that person in there is. And you got to start making those individual parts of your life, your fun hat, your family hat, your financial hat, your faith hat. You got a big Pope hat? Is that your faith hat? I don't know. I don't think that's going to be my faith hat. But you've got to have these things. And the more you can visualize and see yourself, like Warren talks about, when you get that in your brain and your brain starts really soaking up this positive information, what it's going to do for you on a personal level is phenomenal. Just absolutely phenomenal. You know, and now I get to look forward to the financial rewards because I've done the diligence on my soul. I've been working on the finances. I'm already almost debt-free without Team. I got almost debt-free. I got my truck left to pay for, and Team's going to help me pay that off and do even more. I got my other hats that are in motion, you know. My wife and I, we work on our things. We try to talk about it. I'm constantly trying to be that better husband hat. I got my father hats on, learning how to deal with the kid. We just took a freedom trip, and I took my son across country, and we were exploring freedom. And we had the same idea. Let's take words, and let's put those words into application in our daily lives, and we'll take a word a week. And we were going to do 52 words, and we called the program 52 Weeks. Now we've got life, and we've got Orrin and Chris out there putting out products, and you out there are going to be putting out products. Me out there are going to be putting out products to help other teams figure out how to apply their life, how to focus their life so they can live an intentional life for excellence. So what is excellence to you? Have you defined it yet? I enjoy being able to come out here and just talk to a team of people that I don't even know exist yet. I don't even know their names, but I know they're out there, and I know that potential's out there, and to know that at some point somebody's going to see this and get amped up, and they're going to get fired up, and they're going to go, yeah, I can do this. This is going to be great because I can go out and sit in the woods and hunt. Or I want to be, I think it was Orrin that I heard talking about his 160-acre property where he gets to shoot down trees with a shotgun. You know, I can dig that, man. You know, but I'm having to sacrifice some things. We got to sacrifice. You know, it's not easy for us either. Trust me. You know, I'm getting ready to get rid of a motorcycle that I'd invested a lot of money in that I could be investing into this. That I'm not going to get nearly any of the money out of it. In fact, I'm not going to get any money out of it. I'm going to lose money big time, depending on how I look at it. But I invested that money into my education. I wanted to know more. I wanted to learn more. I wanted to see the process. And I had the money to spend at the time, and I felt like it was the right thing to do, and I did it. And good, bad, or indifferent, I got a lot of knowledge out of it. And now how do I apply that knowledge to make smarter decisions the next time, to make better decisions the next time that I have that kind of money? And I know that I can have that kind of money again because I'm on such awesome team. You know, I'm on my way to a new adventure to Texas, to bring Team to Texas, and I'm so friggin' stoked about that. I mean, I'm going to get to bring Team to the DFW Metroplex, which is a huge market. And I got a big team of good friends that are part of my following, that are part of my family, that are already down there and love me.
and I get to spend more time with them, and I get to be excited about living my life, and hopefully get them excited about how they can live their life, because they've all got fun and exciting lives. But they're not yet the blue suit types. We haven't quite got there yet. But again, I've only been at this a week under Orrin and Chris's tutelage, and Larry Cheatham's tutelage, and Joe Clark's tutelage, and Marie Kerr's tutelage. You know, I've only been at this for that long. And I'm excited though. I'm just so amped to be able to come out and know that I'm going to keep being able to do this. And it's got purpose. It's got value. That the last few years of my life weren't worthless. That all this effort wasn't wasted. And now I wish I'd have worked harder and believed in my own dreams more. So don't ever doubt your dreams. Don't ever doubt how much you could accomplish if you make the choices to do the actions, even when action seems difficult. When I was getting over my surgeries, it was always taking a step further than I took the day before that was important. And then once you get kicked out of the hospital and they tell you you're fine and you're healthy, and you go home and you're not really healthy yet, you're just healthy enough you don't have to keep paying them, and your insurance is only going to cover so long anyway. So it's time to go home. Well, I'm healthy. I'm going to try to do everything I can. Well, reality doesn't always work with that dream right away. It takes some effort. It's like our Supertramp design. You got to get up the hill first, you know. You got to get up there. It's a climb. So my climb was always getting to the mailbox. Once I got to the mailbox, I knew I'd be all right. You know, I could get to the mailbox and back, depending on where the mailbox was. Or, you know, and sometimes the mailbox was harder than others. Other times it was easier than others. But I did it enough times to know that I always had my steps envisioned, that I could see where I would have to walk, to see what places I would have to go, to be able to see how I got from point A to point B to point C. Well, I knew that I could get better once I achieved that first obstacle. So set obstacles for yourself. Set goals for yourself. Set dreams for yourself. Set mailboxes up for your dreams, and mail yourself a letter of success. And say, once you get out here and you get this letter of success, because you made it out here, you can take it home and see what you're going to do with it. You know, so where's your mailbox of the future? Take the time to journal, to blog, to write, to think, to record the video, because it's worth it. Take the time to feed who you need to be and to manage your hat. Take the time to live your life for excellence of the self first. You got to take care of yourself before you can lead anybody else, before you can help anybody else. You've got to do that soul-wrenching faith walk. You got to be able to walk out on faith, which is another great opportunity that I have to share with you, which is my walk in faith and what it takes to just finally one day step out and say, I'm going to do it. Well, if you're on the team, you've probably already done that. You're trying to do that with your business, and you're doing a great job. You just got to understand it takes time, it takes work, and it takes a vision. So spend the time out here focusing on how do you get your vision. What is your vision? What is your 160-acre ranch look like? And before long, you'll be sitting in it, using God's grace and God's gifts that He gives us through the law of attraction, through life, to be able to accomplish everything we dream is possible.